The NHS matters to us all. It keeps us well and makes us better when we're not. Now it's time to build on that success by developing services to serve Newark for the next 50 years. NHS Nottinghamshire County plans and pays for all local health services. We want to provide an NHS for you which meets new medical standards, is safe, accessible and sustainable, secures the future of Newark Hospital, provides the right care first time for all patients, extends lives and improves the quality of life, provides high quality specialist care when required, and keeps people out of hospital by providing the right care for them to stay well in their homes and communities. NHS Nottinghamshire County is leading a wide-ranging review of healthcare in Newark in close collaboration with doctors and other health professionals.
This is being led by the local clinicians and the GPs and consultants locally are absolutely centre stage in terms of ensuring that patient safety and patient standards are at the centre of this review.
So I feel that general practice has been very heavily involved in all of this process from the very beginning.
This film explains why this is happening and how you can get involved. You can find much more information on our website www.notspct.nhs.uk. There are several good reasons for the review. Quality and safety come first. All local services must meet national standards, including guidance from Royal Medical Colleges and other bodies.
Safe, high quality care is the bottom line. That's the bottom line. That's what I want for the people of Newark.
National plans are already strengthening treatment for victims of stroke, heart attacks and severe accidents. New specialist centres will save lives and improve recovery. These will be in large hospitals with the necessary expertise. We know they won't be in Newark.
It's inevitable that with some of the more super specialised services that are now on offer nationwide in the health service, that some people will have to travel for those specialised services. However, we do know that the outcomes for those patients are better if they're dealt with in specialised units.
In the case of stroke, there's good evidence that clot-busting treatments, what we call thrombolysis, is a beneficial treatment, it's a good treatment for stroke. But to provide those kind of clot-busting treatments for every stroke patient needs specialist services. It needs consultants with a particular interest in that. It needs specialist units, and that's to give access to staff, nurses and therapists who've got that special training. And we're not going to be able to provide those kind of services in Newark.
Newark's going to get bigger. Thousands of new homes could increase the population by 20,000 within 2 decades, and the number of older people is likely to double. We need to start planning now to meet increased demand for health services. So there are compelling reasons for change. But we must remember what the NHS already achieves in Newark. Newark Hospital has highly trained staff who patients tell us offer outstanding care.
It's an amazing hospital this, you know. Absolutely.
There's a wide range of outpatient services with short waiting times, therapies, hip and knee replacements and day case procedures. There are also diagnostic services such as X-rays and CT scans. Away from the hospital, Newark has a long-term conditions community team that works with social services and mental health nurses to keep patients at home as long as possible.
How you been then?
My breathing's still very, very erratic.
I will have a listen to your chest if that's all right.
Yeah.
Okay, do a deep breath for me.
I don't know what I'll do about the long-term community team. They do keep me going. They've kept me out of hospital. They've actually kept me away from my own doctor because it's relieved the pressure from him. You know, I think if I'd have still been in London, I'd have been dead by now.
All right then.
Thank you very much.
That's okay.
Very nice, eh?
I'll see you next week.
9 out of 10 of all people access healthcare through primary and community services. You've already told us that you need easier access to your GP, dentist and other NHS professionals based in the community. We intend to provide additional GP cover when needed, where it's convenient. Over time, the number of GPs is likely to increase as the population grows.
If the Growth Point initiative goes ahead, it's inevitable that Newark will need more GPs in the future. In addition to that, we'll also need other primary care health professionals, such as district nurses, midwives, health visitors, and palliative care special nurses.
We'll provide additional urgent assessment clinics in Newark Hospital. These will ensure that people with conditions like diabetes and respiratory disease do not end up having to be admitted to hospital as emergencies, because they'll get the right continuing care at home. The key changes for primary and community care will be more care provided in the community to reduce the need for people to go to hospital, more GPs to meet growing demand, possible out-of-hours GP services at Newark Hospital. Planned care covers some surgery and routine procedures that are scheduled in advance, like clinics and minor knee operations. Newark already provides a lot of planned care, and the number of patients is rising, but we could do more locally, so fewer people have to travel to other hospitals. This includes getting an urgent appointment at Newark Hospital within a day of your GP asking for it.
If my patients were able to get same-day hospital appointments, this would be a tremendous plus for them and for me. If we could ring a consultant directly, speak to them individually, explain the patient's problem and arrange for them to be seen in clinic that day, not only would it mean that the patient is seen immediately, but it might even save an admission to hospital, as the consultant could arrange the appropriate investigations, appropriate treatment, without the necessity to admit to a hospital bed.
We'll expand the range of outpatient clinics, day case operations and other treatments at Newark Hospital, and will improve access to diagnostic tests. We're also seeking views on maternity services, where changes are proposed to improve the experience for mums-to-be. The key changes for planned care will be more outpatient clinics at Newark Hospital, more community-based support so people can stay at home, more minor surgery. We plan to do more to help older people with dementia to stay at home, providing more joined-up services with support for them and their carers.
Nice and gentle.
This will ensure we comply with new national standards. It also means there's very little need for hospital beds for patients with dementia.
Good girl.
The key changes for mental health care will be services tailored to local need, more community-based support so people can stay at home, more support for carers. Urgent care covers hospital referrals from GPs, patients who attend A&E, and people who call 999. National medical guidance says that a full round-the-clock emergency service should only operate when it's supported by intensive care beds, 24-hour anaesthetics cover, major surgical facilities, and enough patients for doctors to develop and maintain the right skill. Newark Hospital has none of these. Ambulances are taking 70 patients a month as emergency transfers from Newark to other hospitals, so they get the care they need. National guidance says transfers should be kept to a minimum. It's better for patients to be in the right place first time. On average, between 10 at night and 7 in the morning, Newark A&E sees less than one patient an hour. For all these reasons, doctors tell us Newark A&E should not remain as it is.
It is very clear that the standards required of a modern accident and emergency department just is not going to be possible for a facility that's of the size of Newark Hospital, serving the population that it does.
If you're coming into accident and emergency and you're ill, you may potentially require all of those services, and they need to be on site. They need to be in the hospital that you arrive at, because otherwise you'll have a transfer that increases the risk. And that's one of the reasons why we say getting it right place first time is so important, because if you can have those kind of treatments delivered where you arrive, in that one place, avoiding or minimising transfer, that's the best quality, it's the safest care possible.
So leaving things as they are isn't an option. And it's not feasible to give Newark all the specialist services needed to support a full A&E department. Even with population growth, that wouldn't be viable or safe.
Even with the projected growth point, that population base is not enough to sustain a modern accident and emergency department, and this is the critical point, with all the necessary backup on site that is now a definite requirement.
There will still be insufficient number of serious cases passing through Newark Accident and Emergency Department to maintain the skills of the doctors in post.
Newark remains a small hospital, and even if the population were to grow as the projections would suggest, there would still be only a small number of patients coming through. And with those number of patients, it's not possible to develop and provide the kind of services that we would need to provide to run an intensive care unit, to deliver those surgical services or that anaesthetic cover. I'll give you an example. If we talk about intensive care, a lot of people think about intensive care in terms of beds. And that might give you the impression that intensive care beds are something that you can buy off the shelf. You know, why don't we just buy an intensive care bed? The reason that an intensive care bed is an intensive care bed is much more than the physical bed itself. It's about the staff who look after the patient in that bed. The staff are highly trained and very dedicated critical care staff. That's particularly nurses, but also doctors. And so you need the junior doctors with that special expertise in intensive care, but also you need the consultants with that highly specialised skill to look after critically ill patients. Then you also need the support services that go with that. And actually, to run an intensive care unit, you need theatres, you need a whole hospital apparatus around it with pathology services and X-ray as well. And so every intensive care bed that just looks like a bed has in fact a mass of people behind it, lots of specialised people. And we're not going to be able to develop those kind of services for the population of Newark. That won't be affordable, and it's not going to be possible or sustainable.
Because of this, doctors have helped to shape 2 different proposals for urgent care in Newark. You'll find full details of these on the NHS Nottinghamshire County website. They're also included in our consultation document, which you can download from our website or collect from any of Newark's GP surgeries. The proposals will ensure that 85% of all patients will still be treated at Newark Hospital. The rest will go to centres with the right facilities for them. That could be in Mansfield, Lincoln or Nottingham. This will mean fewer transfers and more lives being saved. And once patients are well enough, they can be brought back to Newark Hospital so they can continue to recover closer to home. The key changes for urgent care will be services that meet new national guidelines. All patients getting the right care first time. All urgent care to be delivered in Newark, except where specialist treatment is needed. We've worked closely with doctors, other NHS organisations, local councils and the voluntary sector for the best part of a year to carry out this review. Now it's your turn. We want you to have a say on what Newark's NHS should look like. You'll have until March the 6th to give your views, and no decisions will be taken until all responses have been considered. This is not about money. NHS Nottinghamshire County spends £1 billion a year funding the local NHS. All the funds currently invested in Newark will continue to be spent there, but your views will help us decide what is most important. Contact us via the website. Fill in the online questionnaire. Call 01623 673131. Write to us at this address, or attend one of the many public meetings we're organising.
My gut feeling is that this is going to be an amazing opportunity to revamp the whole of health services for Newark. It's going to be a once-in-a-lifetime opportunity, and we really should not miss the opportunity to make the most of it.
Help us equip Newark's NHS for the rest of the 21st century. NHS Nottinghamshire County, improving the health and well-being of people in Nottinghamshire.